Well, this has to be a quick video for obvious reasons. Before we get into this video, we reached 100 subscribers!
Yes! Yes!
Thank you so much for the support that you've shown for my channel, but man, this news has got to be a doozy. Like, it's been absolutely no surprise that the CMA decision on Microsoft slamming the war chest on Activision, it's gonna be big, right? And I was thinking that they were going to approve the deal, but holy shit! Like I said in my last video, you have to expect the unexpected. The CMA decided, oh, we're gonna block the deal not because PlayStation said that losing Call of Duty would rip a fart in their business and their profits. It wasn't because Microsoft tried to make it as if that they're the little guys here getting their asses stomped in the gaming industry. It turns out that cloud gaming was the reason why the CMA decided, well, you guys are going to go back to square one. It looks like Microsoft failed to convince the CMA that they had made the necessary changes, or remedies as they call it, to get the deal to pass in the UK. They dropped all the concerns about consoles, and they were concerned about Microsoft's presence in cloud computing. And according to the CMA, Microsoft, they account for like 60 to 70% of global cloud computing systems. That shouldn't even be a surprise because they invest so much money in Azure, and they were talking about expanding Xbox with its own cloud gaming service, xCloud. So, unsurprisingly, I can see where the CMA was feeling concerned about all of this. They thought that by giving Microsoft the go-ahead for this deal, they would end up expanding the market share for xCloud. I mean, $15 a month to play Call of Duty without owning a console seems like a pretty good deal. Personally, I don't bother with cloud gaming. The infrastructure still isn't there quite yet, and latency is a big deal breaker, but that's just me. I'd rather just play games on my Xbox and PC natively. I read the CMA's analysis of the deal, and they also mentioned that Microsoft, they would find it beneficial to lock Activision and Xbox games solely to xCloud. Well, that's a legitimate concern. It brings more people to pay for a Game Pass sub and play Call of Duty instead of like another cloud service. I'd say GeForce Now. But didn't Microsoft go to all the trouble of signing the 10-year deals to bring those games to those services? Crucially, and this is what killed the deal, the 10-year deals themselves. Sure, you're getting a set of Activision and Xbox games for a bunch of cloud services, but the CMA, they think that it wasn't enough. They basically said this: Microsoft's proposal contained a number of significant shortcomings connected with the growing and fast-moving nature of cloud gaming services. It didn't sufficiently cover different cloud gaming service business models, including multi-game subscription services. It wasn't sufficiently open to providers who might wish to offer versions of games on PC operating systems that aren't called Windows, and it would standardize the terms and conditions on which games are available, as opposed to them being determined by the dynamism and creativity of competition in the market. The outcome speaks for itself. This is the CMA basically saying to Microsoft that the whole remedy is just providing a publisher's games for a limited period of time. It doesn't address competition concerns, like Microsoft making most of the money from the deal, or possibly restricting content from other platforms. Not to mention the whole basis of this deal is providing a set of Activision games for like 10 years. When you add to the fact that Microsoft already is a leader in cloud computing, the CMA decision becomes a lot more clear. Like, I was expecting this deal to go through even with the cloud gaming issues until now, but I'm not so sure now. Blocking this deal makes it more likely that this is not really going to go through. If the UK said no, then why would the US and the EU say yes to this with the issues that were pointed out? And personally, I wanted the deal to go through at first. We get more exclusive games for Xbox, and Activision doesn't have to just shit out Call of Duty every year. But Xbox has much bigger problems to deal with. If you can't manage to get a $70 billion deal through, then invest the money on your studios. How are we almost 3 years into the generation and Microsoft is still struggling to release quality games for their platform? Like, so far I've enjoyed Forza Horizon 5, Hi-Fi Rush. By the way, play that game, you're doing yourself a disservice by not playing it. And before the awful updates, Halo Infinite. And invest in your marketing. The last time I saw an Xbox ad on the telly was like 2 years ago. I'm not even joking. I see more ads for PlayStation and Nintendo games in recent months than I've seen an Xbox ad, let's be honest. It's crazy how Microsoft has been on autopilot trying to get this deal to pass, yet their console hasn't even been getting the spotlight it's supposed to receive. Microsoft and Activision, unsurprisingly, they're trying to fight the CMA with an appeal, and I'm not even going to go into detail about this. The worst part about it is that they're just going to be stuck in legal limbo for like the next year or so. They have to go to the Competition Appeal Tribunal to appeal the decision, and if that goes through, the CMA has to review it again. So what it does mean though, is that the era of trying to buy big publishers into the Xbox brand, it's probably over, if it means not having to go through all that regulator and legal red tape. Before I finish up with this video, we all know someone over at California is probably partying hard tonight with this news. And no matter how many times you cap for Xbox, pulling out of a country because they blocked your deal makes total sense if you're going to piss off the government and every large business that uses that software. Great logic, I guess. Thank you for watching this quick video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. It's really appreciated. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys next time.